Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about how to set up an ancestor altar. I do have a video on my channel where I talk about why you should burn ancestor money and why it's important. An example of that, if you haven't seen any of it, this can be purchased online or at your local Asian market, perhaps like a metaphysical shop or like a botanica or like a witchy shop in your city. These are examples of ancestor money. They are of large denominations. This one is 100. They have some that are like 1,000, 10,000, millions, trillions, all that. This is an offering. This is to provide for your ancestors, people who have passed away, parents, siblings, grandparents, even ancestors that you personally did not meet, known and unknown ancestors. This can also be used for a friend. I have offered ancestor money, burned ancestor money for a friend of mine who passed away this past summer. So I think it's really great that we are able to do that for them. When you are able to help them, they can help you. It's very important to remember as well that you don't burn ancestor money, you don't have an altar up because you want something from them or you want them to help you out with your finances or whatever. It's important to always understand that the root, the foundation of it all is you are building a connection with them. You are helping them out, that they're always with you. If you ever feel like you need to talk to them, they are around. You just need to get their attention. And ways to get their attention is having an ancestor altar up. I know I kind of just dived into this. I just saw 222 right here. For those who believe in angel numbers and synchronicities, definitely a message for you. You can also Google that. So ancestor altars. All right, so setting one up. Based on my research and what I have done and what my partner has done, you should always start off with a white base. People use a white cloth. Personally, for me, I use a white bookshelf. So for me, the white, and I'm wearing white today, it represents, purity. It's clean, it's bright, it's high vibrational. Do not use a dark cloth. White. You have to do that. And then on top is where you place the other stuff for the ancestor altar. You have to have 4 elements or 4 things that represent the 4 elements. A plant. You can use dirt. You can have like a little bowl of dirt. You can use crystals. It's an example of one. I personally use rocks. These rocks that were given to me from one of my parents, they found them. And so I thought it would be nice to have them on my ancestor altar because it'll be kind of like a thing from their child. As well, have something that represents water. I didn't bring my stuff from my ancestor altar. I just left it there. I did bring a few things, but like a cup. It has to be clean. Make sure you're cleaning your ancestor altar on a weekly basis. Dust, collects, and you want fresh energy. So having a clean cup, fill it up to the top with clean water. If it's purified spring water, filtered water, it's better. If not, use what you got. This helps to, it's like, for people say it's like a portal. It helps for them to come through. There are other ways and other things that people say as well, like using smoke, but we'll get into that. For me, I just like having it. It's not only an offering, it represents water as well, the element of water. But when I see bubbles in them, I feel like I'm doing something right. For those that do have altars, if you notice bubbles in you know, the cup of water that you have. I like to use like a wine glass. It gets me very excited. It lets me know that the energy is good and there is energy around. It's active. I really like that. And then going to the fire element, I use candles. So as an example, white candle. I know candle shops, candle businesses, they use or they create their own ancestor candles. I just use a basic clear candle. You can write their name on it, which would be preferred. But I use like the religious ones, so the ones that have like the pictures on it because of their religion. It's important to have things on the altar for them that they resonated with when they were here. I just saw 555 as well. And an example of that is I have a rosemary that I've had for probably since I was in middle school. It's been a good couple of years. And I remember I really liked it. Got it purchased and I just wore it for a while, but then like I just kind of kept it stored. And you know, when I started creating my ancestor altar, and an understanding of this too is some people think, I know I did, people think that you have to have everything set up right away once you get that idea. And you don't have to. You don't have to. You know, just whatever it is that gets your attention. If you like something, if you like a crystal, if you want to get them a jewelry, if it's for a grandmother, or if, you know, it's, you know, a book or something that makes you think of them, go for it. Place it on there. This is also like a sense like an offering. It's something that energy gets their attention, that energy is there, and it's a reminder for you as well, building up that connection. So I have that on there because of, you know, they were Catholic, so I thought it was perfect. And then for the air element, you can use incense. Me and my partner, we like to collect a bunch of incense, okay? This is my partner's bin. My bin as well has different kinds of incense, but we mainly use the same kind. My favorite personally, I like to use sage incense. Incense is super affordable. Once again, represents air. It can also represent fire. It's good for cleansing. I like the scent specifically of this brand. Sandalwood is really, really good. I love using dragon's blood for my ancestor altar as well. And as always, make sure you got some incense holders. You can find these at the Dollar Tree. You can find these at your local grocery store. Pretty much anywhere, like Walmart or whatever. And then they say that with incense, it's like their way of traveling to you. They travel through the smoke. Depending, you know, on your research and what you come across. For me, for air, because I'm going to use incense for fire, even though I do have a candle on there. For air, I like to use feathers. This was gifted to me from my partner's mother. I have a bunch of these. So I actually have these on my money altar as well, since it's good for prosperity. But I thought it was really pretty and I just really like it. So I have this on there. There are other ways, other things that you can use to represent each element. It's just important to have those there because you're drawing that energy in as well. Now, when it comes to cleaning your altar, you can disinfect it if you want, but preferably Florida water is a good use. This one's kind of empty because, you know, I've been using it, but Florida water has alcohol in it, so definitely be mindful of the surfaces you use this on. But I just, you know, open it, put my finger over it, and just kind of sprinkle it around. Put some on my hands actually. And you can mix it in a spray bottle. You could dilute it with some water. I have a bottle of that as well. Just spray it wherever it is that you have your altar and wipe it down. You will see that it's going to clean the surface and you're going to be like, yeah, I really needed to do that. Because Florida water also attracts spirit. It attracts that energy, which is very important. You know, do your research. There are so many things out there. I remember when I first started getting into Doing my research, I watched a bunch of videos. I was reading things online, going on spiritual accounts on like Instagram. I just saw 1010. And you know, sometimes it's like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I using the right stuff? But you just have to figure it out, basically. Decide what works for you. And also, in case I didn't mention it, because I'm like just talking a lot at this point, is having a life plant on there. I like to bring flowers to my ancestors, so I'll do that, but I don't have an actual life plant on it all the time. I want to create a bigger altar for them, so I'm just kind of waiting on that. But regardless of what you can provide for them and offer to them, it's still gonna help. An example of that, since I have it on my desk, is I have bamboo. I love it. I have it next to the window and it's just grown so much since I recently moved. Good energy for sure. And always remember, you know, take some time to, once again, clean, organize it, and dedicate time to them, even if it's just for a few minutes. You know, we're so busy doing stuff, going places and dealing with things and trying to get balance, but it's important to always ground your energy and dedicate some time. You could play music, you can sing a song while you are doing that, cleaning, organizing. I've done that before. You could play their favorite music. You could have the candles burning while you're doing some things around. I know my altar, I actually have it outside of the bedroom, so it's right there. So I'll have the candles lit, the incense going, but I'll be in that area, and then I'll sit down and just smell the incense, and you can talk to them. But always remember that your ancestors, they are there with you. You don't have to, oh, and as well, a picture of them. Almost forgot about that. It's important to have a picture of them. I just saw 1212. And, you know, having a picture of them, representing them. It's important not to have a picture of them where other people are in it, especially if they are still alive. Now, if you have like 2 great-grandparents that passed away and you want to have their pictures on the altar, go for it. But don't have a living and someone who has passed away. It's just preferred that way. But if you want to do it, that's on you. Do your research. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. If you guys have any questions, you can contact me through social media. Facebook, it's Fire Temperance Tarot. You can contact me and follow me on Instagram. It's firetemperance.tarot. And as well, my newly updated website, it's firetemperancetarot.com. And ask away. I love you guys, and talk to you later.